Now see alloys, right? So what are actually alloys? Alloys are homogeneous mixture of two or more metals. Now what do you mean by the term homogeneous? Homogeneous mixture, you know what is mixture? In which the two or more substances are simply mixed in any ratio, not chemically combined. You are well versed what actually the mixture is. And out of that mixture, you know that it is divided into two categories, homogeneous and heterogeneous. When the components thoroughly mix with each other with the definite properties that you can say like from which other, from any where we just pick, they have the definite properties and we cannot see the different phases. That means it is a homogeneous mixture. So the example of homogeneous mixture is alloys, that is the homogeneous mixture of two or more metals. Now question is that how these homogeneous mixture or how these alloys are made. So what do? We just take two or more metals according to the properties, like if we just need to, suppose we have an iron, right? We know that iron is prone to rusting, but when we just mix it with carbon and few more metals like nickel and all, so it just the properties of iron gets improved. That means it becomes the corrosion free. So just in order to improve the properties, in order to improve the luster, or in order to improve any kind of property, we just you can say draw a metal into the alloy. So what we do, we take those selected metals, we just heat them. What happens? They have low melting point, so they will just melt, and after melting the all metals will just get mixed up, right? And on cooling they will just unite to form a single substance, and that single substance is somehow called as alloy with improved properties, right? So I have a list of few alloys in front of you, and which we will be discussing that how the improved properties are improved and for what use they are now being used to, like we just use it in which form. So first alloy what I am doing is brass, right? So brass is made up of, it is mainly alloyed of copper, in which the copper is mixed with zinc. And what property do we, after mixing the copper with zinc, we call it brass, and what you can say we can use it for which purpose? It is used for making medals, it is used for making decorative items, and moreover many other things. It is made up of brass, you know that. Second is bronze. The alloy, one of the the other alloy of copper is bronze, in which we mix copper with tin. Sn is tin. We mix copper with tin, and what for what use we use it? We use it for making coins, we use it for making statues, decorative items, etc. Next, the third alloy of copper, or you can say the other any other alloy, is gunmetal. It is made up of copper, zinc, tin and lead. Right, copper, zinc, tin and lead. And what purpose it is solving? We are just making weapons out of it. How we are making weapons? It is just used to make the riffles or riffles which are used in the weapons, or the bearings which are used. It is just made up of gunmetal. Next is solder. Solder is an alloy of lead and tin. Solder, which is alloy of lead and tin. It is used for making fuses, that is the electrical fuse which we are using in the houses to prevent the fire, or you can say just to avoid the short circuiting and the overloading. So it is just used in making the fuse. Next is stainless steel. As you all are familiar with the stainless steel, because the most the items which we are using in the kitchen, that means the utensils which we are using are made up of mostly the stainless steel. So in which the iron is just mixed with carbon along with nickel and chromium. It just make the iron the corrosion free, and that is why it is used in making utensils, and moreover it is used in making automobile parts as well. So this is stainless steel. Next is duralium. See, duralium plays a very important part because it is one of the alloy of the aluminium, in which the aluminium is mixed with magnesium, manganese and copper, and it just has the property that it is lightweight, and due to this property it is used in making aircraft parts. So all aircraft parts are mainly made up of duralium, that is the alloy of aluminium. So here you can see that we cannot use the aluminium alone in making the part of the aircrafts, but when it is mixed with the magnesium, manganese and copper, its property gets improved, and see how improved that it is used in making the parts of the aeroplanes. So this is how it is used. Next is magnesium. Again it is an alloy of aluminium mixed with magnesium. It is used for making scientific instruments, that the instrument which we are using in your physics lab, chemistry lab. So those instruments are just made out of magnesium. Next we have alnico. As the name suggests, Al-Nico, Al means aluminium, Ni means nickel, Co means cobalt. So it is very easy to learn its constituents, that is Al-Nico, mixture of aluminium, nickel and cobalt, and it is used in making the magnets. The magnets which you use in the lab or anywhere, it is just made up of Al-Nico. Next alloy we have is German silver. German silver is made up of copper, zinc and nickel. Again it is an alloy of copper. As we have alloy of copper, brass, bronze and gunmetal, the fourth alloy of copper is German silver, in which the copper is mixed with zinc and nickel. It is used in making, again, in making coins and jewelry. So see, two copper alloys are used in making coins. One is the bronze and the other is the German silver. Next we have is the amalgam. What is the amalgam actually? And or have you ever seen the amalgam? You must not be familiar because you have seen, but you don't know the name actually. You know that when you eat the sweet substances, you get cavities in your teeth, right? So what happens? You go to the dentist and dentist just fill that cavity with the white color substance. What is that white color substance? That is the amalgam. That means the alloy of mercury, which is usually alloyed with zinc or sodium like metals, and it is just used by the dentist for the filling purpose. That means it is used for the tooth filling in order to avoid the attack of the microorganisms in your tooth, right? So these are the alloys, and here you can see they are actually the homogeneous mixture, because when you get to see these kind of alloys, you do not get to see any different kind of phases. They just thoroughly mix into each other and just result in the formation of homogeneous mixture. And I think you got it, that how they are formed. They are just mixed, they are heated, they melt, and after just on cooling they just form a one solid mass that turns out to be alloy with improved properties. So improved properties that you have just seen that see in how many fields they are just serving a good use, that they are used in almost every fields and just making the so important you can see the substances which we come across in our daily life. So this is how you can see that metals are so important, though they are reactive, but still they are serving as many important functions. Like we have aluminium, you know that the foil which we are using in the kitchen is made up of aluminium, right? So we have, likewise we have many metals which are just serving very important uses in our daily life. And one question which I would like to discuss, do you know what is pure form of gold? So yes, the pure 24 karat gold is a pure form of gold. So you know that the ornaments which you are wearing is not actually the 24 karat, because the pure form of gold is so soft that we cannot make jewelry out of it. We need to alloy it with certain metals in order to just make it hard, so that we can just draw into the set or into the bangle like shape or something like that. So usually the gold which you get in the market is not completely 24 karat, because 24 karat is so soft, cannot be used for making ornaments. That is actually the 22 karat, in which the 22 parts is a gold and 2 part is you can say some metal which is just making it hard. So this is how the alloys are just performing the different functions in the different field, and you get to have many articles which you can use in your daily routine.